have a close friend from rabbinical school whose father is from Chelm. A lot of people laugh about that when they hear that because they don't actually think there's such a place as Chelm, the place that has all of those stories coming out of it called the Wise Men of Chelm. But in fact, there are stories about that community, and it is a real community. However, the stories aren't true. What happened was there was a neighboring town that was jealous of the students of Chelm, and so they wrote stories in order to make them look worse than their own town and their own scholars. Yet, that being said, the stories are fabulous. They're both absurd at the same time as being very insightful. And one of my favorite stories is one I'd like to tell, which is about growing. There is a disagreement between two individuals who live in Chelm. One believes that people grow from the bottom up, from the feet upward, and another believes that people grow from the head down, or the top downward. And so they actually each share one reason as to why they believe it is so. The one who believes that people grow from the bottom up say, wow, you should look at people. People, their feet are all on the ground, but they're at different heights, and so it must mean that people grow from the bottom up. And yet the other individual says, no, people grow from the top down, because if you look at a marching band, you see that all of their heads are somewhere near the same level, but their pant legs are all at different levels. Some don't touch the ground, some are closer to the knee, and some are at the feet. And so, in fact, that individual says people must grow from the top down. In order to solve their disagreement, they went to a rabbi in their town, which was pretty typical, and the rabbi said, in very Jewish terms, don't you know, people don't grow from the top up, and people don't grow from the top down, but in fact, people grow from the inside out. I love this story because it's actually also a little bit un-Chelm-like, where the absurdity is in the discussion, but not in the outcome. The answer is actually very profound, or at least it's important. And so I share this story at this time of year because today, for example, May 16th, is when our religious school formally closes in terms of formal learning for this year. And I think that it's really important to take a look at how our students have grown from the inside out this year. But it does coincide with many of our schools, both public, private, and day, that are seeing the end of their school year come within the next number of weeks. And so we should reflect on all of the good ways in which our children have grown from the inside out, and have it be a lesson for our adults as well, that the ways in which we should measure our growth are inside out. Shavua Tov and Kol HaKavod.